Good morning, Pisces. You are watching House of Pisces. I'm Sheila. If you are new here, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps with the algorithm. It also helps me to pick up on your energy today. So we're just going to have a peek at what energy Pisces is in today. We're not looking for your specific person or anything like that. We're just going to see what comes out. I do have some little Kipper cards here I've never used for one of my readings. Well, I do practice with them. I just haven't been incorporating them into my tarot readings. So let's start with that real quick. Get a couple cards. Yesterday, I tried to switch things up on my Virgo reading. So if you do have Virgo in your chart and you were watching that one as well, I'm pretty sure the person that was supposed to be you was actually your person and vice versa. If you did watch that, it's backwards. Okay, Spirit. Give me a couple of Kippers to start with for Pisces. What's going on with Pisces today? Not posting live because every time I record a live, it only gets shown to a couple people and then it takes 10 hours to show up on YouTube. I was like, what's the point of that? Two-legged lay down. Murky thoughts. What's up with the murky thoughts? What are they about? Come on, spit it out. Wealth. Anything else? I'm going to take that as you, Pisces, or your person. Give me one more. That's the Siren card, so that's either you or your person. Military. Hold up. I probably should have put that little definition book on here. I just started using these. It's on my shelf. Okay. 2 seconds. Just want to double check military before I get into that. Where is it? It looks like, Pisces, you've been having some possible money problems because that's behind you here in the past position. Well, not really the past position with Kipper. Hard to explain if you don't know Kippers. But you have been fixated on money. You've been down, out, possibly having a blockage with your money. In the forward position, though, for military, that's talking about a brother, a friend, authority, professional, in uniform, blockages, constraints, duty, warning, and discipline. So it looks like you're working on becoming disciplined in the way you deal with your financial responsibility, finances, something to do with that. You could be looking at, I'm almost picking up an energy of somebody who allowed their thoughts to run away with them and it caused some sort of financial difficulties in the past. And now you're working on becoming more disciplined, not just with your, how you spend and invest, but also the way you think about money specifically. Okay, what do I want to do here? Let's get a couple message cards for you real quick. Wait, I got an idea. Just trying to switch things up for my Pisces because I'm getting bored of reading twin flame readings. So let's see what comes out today. I didn't intend my channel to be about twin flames and soulmates. It just keeps coming out in the cards, so whatever. Let's see. Can I get one card for Pisces present energy? Let's go. One card, please. You're the motherfucking star. Yes, you are, Pisces. That's somebody who gets a lot of attention. Somebody who's good looking, smart, intelligent. You could have a very public facing position at work. You could be somebody who even takes the limelight, takes center stage. This could be somebody who is even in, showbiz, runs a YouTube channel, has a business of some sort that puts them in the spotlight even. The Star is a very good card, so that's your present energy. Whatever was going on in the past with your finances, it looks like you're becoming disciplined. Now, finances, it doesn't just have to be money related. It can be well, it is money related when it comes to wealth, but it's not necessarily your job. It's how you perceive money is what I'm picking up. And I think you've shifted the way you look at abundance and manifestation. And now you're coming into the Star energy we're seeing on the table. So what do we need to know? We'll get a couple messages from this to see if anything comes out, because there's all sorts of stuff in here. Single cards, please, even though it's hard to do with these ones because they stick together. What's up for my Pisces? What are they dealing with here? Stargazing, wishing on a star. Perfect. With the Star card. Okay, so you're trying to manifest something here today, Pisces. What else do we got for you? Single cards, please. Leaving a sour taste in their mouth. Water, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Give me one more on that. That's a little confusing. I'm almost getting that you've been leaving people feeling bitter. Bitter about you, bitter about your path, your success, your money, your self-control that you're stepping into here. You're manifesting a lot here from what I'm seeing and following your path. I think you're releasing unhealed trauma, bondage. Sometimes when it comes to murky thoughts and wealth behind here, it looks like you were facing some sort of unhealthy bondage towards money, towards the way you viewed wealth. Sometimes people can have an unhealthy bondage where when they are successful, they don't accept their success. They feel like they're an imposter. They feel like they didn't work hard enough for it, or they even feel bad because their success is better than other people. Some people actually have a hard time accepting success, accepting abundance, because they actually feel guilty. It's a trauma bondage from childhood. I feel like you're outgrowing that. You're leaving people behind. You're following your path here, and it's making people bitter towards you. So if that resonates and you've been dealing with people in your energy who are unhappy about the new power and the new energy you're stepping into, drop me a comment. Let me know if it resonates, because that's kind of what I'm picking up here. Let's grab some tarot. Can you give me 3 single cards on what was going on in the past with Pisces? Whoop, that almost jumped out before I finished the sentence. Okay, Spirit, can you give me 3 single cards for what was going on with Pisces in the past relating to this thought process? Okay, one more. Okay, so in the past, it looks like you might have been nurturing too much to other people, giving too much of your time, your energy, your love, your abundance. You were in this Queen of Cups energy. That's very typical water energy. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You would have intuitively tried to help other people all the time. That's definitely a downside of being a Pisces. But you had the Magician in reverse. So something was going on in your past energy where you were blocked in manifesting. Wow. Okay, give me a sip of coffee. I'm not awake yet. In the past, you were being blocked from your ability to manifest with the Magician in reverse. You may have made a lot of mistakes in the people that you emotionally and financially invested with, because we have the 10 of Cups here. Happiness, family, happy feelings, reunion, homecomings, security, harmony. You may have made a poor investment in an actual relationship, thinking that relationship was going to be your 10 of Cups. It looks like you spent a significant amount of time investing in that relationship with the 7 of Pentacles. So you can see this guy, he's looking at these pentacles. It's a garden. It's got a whole bunch of investments in. So that's somebody looking at their farm even. They've sowed their crops, their seeds are planted, they're starting to sprout, and they're trying to look at what's starting to come out of that connection. I feel like whatever you were trying to manifest got blocked up here because of this unhealed trauma in your past, where you felt like you had to continuously, emotionally, and financially invest and work on things with people, and that if you just kept putting your energy in, it was going to pay off. You were going to see the fruits of your labor. You were going to see your investments start to grow. And I feel like you've turned that around and really started to get strict, calculated, and controlled about where you invest your time, energy, money, and love, because you're leaving people, again, with that bitter taste in their mouth, except for you are looking like a motherfucking star, baby. So what else do I want to know? Present energy. What's changed in Pisces' way of coming towards wealth and abundance? What's changed here? What did you do? You went from the Queen of Cups to the Empress. And you did this very fast. 8 of Wands. Why is the Knight of Wands reversed? Give me one more on that Knight of Wands. What did Pisces do here? Yeah, that Hierophant's really lining up with the energy I'm picking up on that military card. You've stepped into some sort of higher knowledge, higher understanding of the situation you were in. I feel like you definitely had a deep look at that unhealed trauma and mindset that was connected to your wealth and abundance. The Hierophant is somebody who is very stern, traditional. I feel like in the past you were almost reckless in the way you approached connections, people, investments even. This could be an actual person in your energy as well that you've connected with now that is showing you a new way of doing things. Who's the Hierophant? Is that an actual person? No. You were forced to step into a higher power because your dreams, your wish fulfillment seem to have been shattered. They fell through. You didn't get what you wanted. You didn't get what you invested so much time and effort into. So I'm starting to suspect that you left a relationship that was not serving you anymore. You realized you were just holding on to something that was holding you back. You might even feel like this commitment you were in had you feeling like you made a reckless decision with your life even. But now you've stepped into this Empress energy. This is somebody who's very abundant. They're not chasing after other people, jobs, opportunity. They're drawing them to themselves because of the energy they're in. So it looks like you've learned some sort of lesson here. What's coming up for Pisces? It looks like, Pisces, you're making some sort of move. We have the Knight of Cups. Now, this is a very daydreamy energy. It's usually about romance, love, new love messages, offers, communication, romantic proposals. It's also following your heart too. And I feel like you're following your heart here because at this time you are in the Three of Wands energy. That's somebody who's sitting there waiting for their ship to come in the harbor because they're like, it's time to make a change. It's time to move forward. It's time to decide where I'm going to move forward to. And we got these two cards coming out together. Now that's the Seven of Swords and community, or the Four of Wands. You're making a break for it is literally what the card says. And it's true because it's somebody taking off with the swords because they're afraid that somebody's going to use those swords against them. It looks like you're going to make some sort of power move here that involves following your heart. And either you're leaving a community that you've been in, a relationship you've been in, a connection, a job. Yeah, you're moving some. What are we leaving here? Give me another card. Eight of Pentacles. Repetitive, boring jobs. Hard work that's not paying off. So wherever you were, whatever you were working on, be that a relationship, a job, a business, you could even be considering moving to a new location or possibly even moving back home if that's your situation, like where, because that's a homecoming card as well. Whatever you were investing in before that was a poor investment that had you all up in your head here, you seem to be cutting ties with something and ready to basically run for it. Got anything else on that Eight of Pentacles? Because that Eight of Pentacles reversed is somebody who's been putting in so much effort, hard work, and dedication, and they're not getting any real benefit from it. The return on investment is bullshit, basically. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Now, that's somebody who's very materialistic, all about their money sometimes. Somebody who makes poor money choices. They're looking for that short-term happiness, that short-term materialistic value in people, but they're not actually considering what it's going to pay off in the end, making poor choices. One more. So that could be somebody you're leaving. That could be like the King of Pentacles in reverse, could be the person you were in a commitment with if that's your situation, Pisces. Juggling. What's the juggling? You feel like this person or this job, this place, this thing that you're ready to make a break for it from was bondage. It's up here too. It kept you up in your head. It kept you unable to move forward. You felt trapped like a prisoner. Your hands were tied. You felt like a victim even. You couldn't get out of this situation, or at least you believed you couldn't leave this situation behind, and that's what was holding you back. Get some cards out of my way. Keep this short. I'm kind of busy this morning, and upload times are killing me on YouTube. You got anything for what Pisces is moving into specifically for working on, other than making a break for it? Repetitive or boring job. Okay, why did that pop for a bit? What's going on here? Give me more. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I don't get it. Okay, Spirit. We know what they're trying to leave behind. You just spat right back out. Okay, so what do they need to be working on then? They've established this. Okay, so Pisces, it looks like you've been in Hangman over this situation. That's why you're in Three of Wands. You haven't moved forward yet. You're kind of starting to feel a little lonely because I think you were in hermit mode, pulling yourself away from whatever this situation, community, relationship, job was. You've pulled your energy back from that, and you've been trying to get a new perspective. You've been looking for answers on how to proceed forward here. And you feel like you're trying to release this unhealed trauma, bondage. You're trying to release that and step into your power here. Well established, because you want your 10 of Cups. And I think right now the energy you're in and why it's just throwing everything back out is you are trying to actually figure out what your 10 of Cups is here, because I don't think you really know, after letting go of whatever that was in your past that you were holding on to so tightly, that was a poor investment to you. I think you're in this energy where you are just really unsure of what you consider your 10 of Cups to be now, because you probably thought you were working on your 10 of Cups, and then you came to realize that whatever you were working on was holding you back in the first place. So now you don't actually know what it is and how to get there, okay? So let's get a couple cards on advice. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? You're being advised to work on something, and let me get one more card on that Five of Cups. What is it? Who is it? Spirit, is this a person? Yes or no? Oof. My stomach's growling. I need to eat breakfast. I think what it's telling you is to keep giving to others. Keep working. Not like giving to others in a unhealthy way. To stay open to other people, because you may have gotten yourself in an energy here where you are trying to move forward from this Five of Cups energy, which is somebody who's very sad, somebody who's depressed, somebody who's dwelling on the mistakes of the past instead of looking and realizing there's still that Two of Cups there. So you may actually still have a job, relationship, business partnership coming in. You're looking at what spilled over, what didn't work in the past, what failed when you chased after your Ten of Cups, instead of seeing that there's an opportunity still there and it's available to you. So I think you're kind of stuck in this energy right now. Or at least you were in the recent past, because the Star in reverse is somebody who's depressed, feels hopeless, doesn't feel good about themselves, doesn't want to be in the spotlight because they feel like they are not good enough to be there. And that's what I was picking up earlier in the reading, is somebody leaving behind the mentality of how they receive their abundance and their worth. You're being advised to cut some burdens out of your life. And some of those burdens could be mental ones where you keep replaying past issues and trying to figure out how you could have done it better, what you would do next time even. For some reason, I'm picking that up. It's one thing to examine the shadow, do the shadow work, look at the trauma, but you can't sit there and stay in it. You have to feel it, release it, and move on from it. And I feel like you're still struggling to actually fully move on from it. So it's like one step forward, two steps back here. But you are trying to release that and move on. Anything else? Oof. Well, I'm getting told you got light at the end of the tunnel after some poor decision making, that's for sure. It seems like it's going around and around because I don't think you've actually decided on anything. I think what you need to do is really sit down and figure out what it is that your Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles situation would be for you. Why are we going around and around? Is there anything else here? Am I supposed to look at something else? What am I missing? What else? What else? Why is closing the gap here? Yeah, that literally just spat out the exact same thing I was thinking about. So fantasy, I dream about us. Time consuming, time lacking, judgment, law, choices, closing the gap, and having options. Basically, you are still getting sucked into some sort of repetitive thought process here. What's it about and why? What's my Pisces keep getting sucked into not releasing? Give me more. Trying to avoid the love oracles, okay? I don't want another twin flame reading here, guys. For the dreams about. You must be having some pretty wild dreams. Probably ones about the past, blockages, traumas, even in your life here. We again get that inner child, trauma, unhealed wounds, limitations, fears, and vulnerabilities. You're having some sort of dreams or messages are coming to you in your dreams, showing you where to go. So if you don't have a dream journal, I suggest you keep one beside your bed, and whatever you're dreaming about, once you wake up, just grab your journal and start writing down what you were thinking. There's another thing you can do, you know, if this happens to you when you're waking up and you're half asleep and you feel like you can hear a TV, radio, or somebody talking in the background. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but if it does, when you're getting up, listen to that. Try to remember what it is. Try to remember what you're listening to, those audible sounds you're hearing, and then write them in that dream journal as well, because I feel like somebody's trying to send you messages here while you're sleeping, while you're half asleep in that like wake sleep state. I do get that. I literally hear things when I'm waking up that are like messages. So if you try to listen in on that and remember what it is and write it down, you should keep your pen and book right beside your bed though, because like once you start fully coming to and start walking around, it's really easy to forget what you were hearing. So I would suggest doing that, because there's something coming through here in your reading that's saying you're receiving messages on how to release something, and you're receiving them in your sleep. It's something to do with dreams or messages. You're hearing something when you're waking up even. For some reason, I keep wanting to tell you that those, when you think, you know, if it's ever happened to you, you're going to know what I'm talking about. You're just waking up and you're starting to hear these words. It sounds like there's a TV or radio going in the background, like you're listening to a news station even. You're hearing that. Oh shit, there goes that twin flame card. No. That's it. I'm done. Okay. Is it a freaking twin flame trying to message this person in the 5D? Is that what's going on here? What is it? Mirror, mirrors you, mirrors them. Okay, what up? Just when I thought I was going to get out of this alive, I forgot that card has a twin flame card. That deck does. Every damn time. Saying no to what? Shit. What time am I sitting at? Oh, I got stuff to do this morning. I need a shower. Okay. Do I want this? What is the messages coming through? And who are they from? Can't make that shit up. Twin flame mirrors. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what happens there. I don't know if you know much about twin flames. If you're new here, you probably don't. Same soul, two different bodies. Always connected in the 5D. You can't disconnect from them at all. So it doesn't mean your person's intentionally trying to contact you. They could be, if they're aware of the connection. They very well could be trying to send you messages, psychic messages even. But even if they're not aware that's what they're doing, they could be fixating on you, thinking about something so much that you actually pick it up. But also your higher self, your oversoul basically, is connected because it's the same freaking soul anyway. So there's something going on here where you are trying to be contacted, or you are, and you're just not remembering it because you're jumping out of bed at the alarm clock, you're running off to work, whatever you're doing, and you're missing the message or forgetting about it. So what's the message about? What's the suspicion? I mean, you could already suspect that that's what's going on here, or they do. One more. fucking mirror again. You already know that this person's connecting to you somehow. That's what it is. And the reason you're stuck in that energy and you can't let go is that person's holding on to you for dear fucking life energetically. Now, they might not be consciously aware they're doing it, but they're doing it, okay? Something's percolating here, and it's a mirrored effect, so I think it might be going both ways. We have people here that are in some sort of very strong connection, obviously, twin flame connection. You can't cut it loose no matter what you do. You can try to get grounded, work on yourself, work on your abundance, work on your material manifestation. But for whatever reason, I think this person's energy is so strong and you can feel it and you suspect it's there. It's like information and energetic overload. Every time you try to take one step forward, you take 2 steps back because this person's yanking you back in. Okay? Advice, please. Anything? How are you supposed to guard your energy from a fucking twin flame anyway, right? That's a really good question. It is. What are you supposed to keep quiet about? Sorry. You intuitively just know you're supposed to just sit here, be guarded, and be silent. Like you're taking a chance here on something that involves keeping your moves quiet. Intuitively, you know that the person you're dealing with is toxic and that they need to work on themselves and adjust their energy. So yeah, that's your advice. Whatever you're doing, just keep doing it because I think you recognize that this person has a bondage, a trauma they haven't healed yet. And that comes out a lot in my twin flame readings, actually. That they haven't healed it. So the reason you're getting pulled right, left, up, down, it's this person. They're pulling on you and you can feel it. So that's all I got for you guys today, Pisces. Peace out. Thanks for checking in. Again, if you're new here, you're watching House of Pisces. I'm Sheila. Please hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment if any of this resonates. It helps me pick up your energy. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.